That's Ken Cuccinelli throwing his credentials to the floor there and walking out. The former Virginia AG is here with me now. You caused quite a scene there, sir.
Well, a couple of things. I didn't walk out. I was darn mad, but I'm not a never-Trumper. Neither are the people in our coalition. This was about fighting the establishment to get grassroots rules, and again, they consolidate power, they take power away from the grassroots, and they break their own rules to stampede us instead of having a vote. They most assuredly did.
They did say that 3 states withdrew their support.
And they did not.
From the rule.
They did not. That was not true. And we started with 10, not 9, which you heard from the delegate. And for people listening, you need 7 states, majority of 7 states to get a roll call vote. We were well past that.
Let me ask you, I mean, how productive do you think it really would have been to have had 2,472 people get up and effectively voice their displeasure for this process? I mean, it would have taken a lot of time.
A roll call vote would have been about an hour. And look, we went through this 4 years ago. Donald Trump wasn't here 4 years ago. The RNC and Reince Priebus and John Boehner did the same thing. They broke their own rules to crush the grassroots, and they did it again today.
You know, the fear, of course, is that the Republican Party hasn't been able to unite in the way that it really needs to in order to get their candidate elected to the Oval Office. You're seen as part of that problem right now, in that you're preventing the party from uniting, are you?
Certainly not. I mean, we were talking to both the Trump campaign and the RNC for weeks. Now, mind you, the unbinding people can't talk to either of them. We're not about unbinding. That's not our effort. Our effort is a sincere effort to rewrite the rules and get transparency and accountability and shift power to the grassroots, get rid of lawyers on the RNC, fix some of the problems Donald Trump himself identified in the nomination, like these rigged behind closed doors state selection committees that pick delegates that are here in Cleveland today. He's absolutely right about that. We proposed to fix that, and they opposed it. So we wanted the ability to stop that package of rules and go back and fix them. And the only way that the only option available was to vote no.
Ken, what do you think of Donald Trump?
Well, certainly I think he's going to be our nominee here this week. That's been the case for a couple of months now. And as I said, when Ted Cruz got out, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump. I am never Hillary. That's me. I'm never
that's
Hillary.
A good starting place, I guess, if you're a Republican.
Yes, but you know, I'm an idealist. And when you see the party that's supposedly the rule of law party trample it itself in its own rules, it's infuriating. That's what led me to toss my credentials on the floor.
But you're still here, and you needed the credentials to get back in.
I have them right
here. So
here.
you're still here. You're staying the whole week despite all of this.
So we regrouped. The Virginia delegation did, and we were one of the states that asked for the roll call vote, and the people who signed our petitions for that are not never-Trumpers. There's 1 or 2 in there. The rest of us are just truly concerned about how much power people like, let me finish, Mitch McConnell. And I know it sounds geeky and boring to you, but look, there's 2 things we do here. We rewrite rules for the Republican Party for 4 years, and we nominate a presidential candidate. And they trampled the first one of those 2 things.
It doesn't sound geeky and boring. I understand where you're coming from, and you want an authentic process. But now at this stage in the game, he is going to be the nominee. How do you get beyond all the bad stuff that's already happened and all the never-Trumpers out there who don't want to see him as the nominee?
Well, you know, the question for the never-Trumpers is, do they want Hillary or do they want Trump? And that's the choice. That's the choice at this point. So, you know, they have to answer that for themselves, and I think some of them are struggling, but I made that choice several months ago. I have been long dedicated to returning this party to the grassroots, and what you saw today was another violent and severe taking of power from the grassroots and consolidating it in Washington.
Don't you think, though, it is a little bit grassroots, the fact that he's even here, about to accept the nomination? I mean, those are grassroots supporters that came out for him.
That's right, that they were. And he lasted past 16 other candidates to get here. That absolutely is. That's part 2. Frankly, one of the hopes for those of us who are Cruz delegates, Ted Cruz is a strong anti-establishment candidate, and Donald Trump sold himself as a strong anti-establishment candidate. We did not get anti-establishment rules this
So
week.
now,
we
moving forward,
huge opportunity.
Moving forward, you said you're never Hillary. and you're going to turn the corner here and you think get on board and
take deep breaths.
All right. Well, you keep working on the deep breath, Ken. Good to see you. Thank you very much for joining me here.
Yep.